Hey, be a squid and subscribe to my mediocrity. How's it going, my squids? Today we're going to be playing some Outward, and I'm going to go through what you should be doing in the beginning, because it can be a little challenging to get just an understanding as to what the hell is going on, but I'm going to walk you through the very early steps of the game, and it's going to definitely get you guys right off the fucking just the floor, and you guys can just do whatever you need to do. And early on, you're kind of tasked with something that sounds a little like much for, starting the game. It's going to be like, yo, you need to pay off a bloodline debt, and it's like, oh, how the hell am I going to do that? I don't know how to make money in this game, and honestly, making money in this game is actually not that easy, as you guys will, soon learn as playing through this game. So we are on the tutorial area, so basically walk over from there, right? You're going to come over here to this broken bridge. To the left of us is going to be this little, river thing. Follow it. You can drink some water if you want to. It doesn't really matter. You're at the early stages. It doesn't fucking matter right now. And you're going to find this harpoon here. You're going to want this because this is basically your first weapon for, the first, 5 seconds of this game. Now we're going to head back on over here to the bridge, and then we're going to head on upwards. Now we don't have to head up here, but I just like to grab these bandages first before we even do anything else, because these are going to be very important later on. Now some people like to grab these berries and shit. I don't really care to grab them because they serve no purpose to me as of right now. Now from these berries, we are going to head over this way to the to the leftish, and you guys will see this kind of watchtower up there near the mountain, and then there's going to be an archway. We're going to go through this archway, and here is where we're going to get an actual first weapon, which is the machete. We're not going to use this because I think the spear or the harpoon will do its job. Head on down here to the left side, and then there's going to be another river that leads this way, and then there's going to be a mining pick here. You're going to want this for later on. Now we're going to head on over here. There's a bunch of items in a tree trunk over here, but there's 2 hyenas. We're going to need to dispose of them as quickly as possible. This will be a good time for me to teach you guys how to do some combat. So when it comes to hyenas, they're pretty self-explanatory and easy. Just basically wait it out. They're going to do this stupid jump move, and then, you can just cheese the fuck out of it. I'm just going to see if I can bait it out to show you guys what I'm talking about. Eventually, he will do this, or we will just ultimately walk in a circle forever. See, this is the kind of shit I was talking about in my review, where I was like, yeah, the melee combat really not that great, and because a lot of the times it's just this. Okay, fuck it, we're just gonna hit him, and then see he'll try and lunge at you, and then you can kind of just roll away. So just one move. Roll, one move, roll. That's kind of just the name of the game here. And I mean, realistically, there's not much to it. It's just kind of this, and it's not great by any means, but this is kind of what you're going to be doing for 90% of the melee combat encounters you're going to have. Now we're going to loot this guy really quick because there's another one, so we're going to deal with this guy as quickly as possible, and then we're just going to, move on and try and get through this first area as much as possible. I really wish that instead of it being like this, it was more like just melee, or not melee combat, magical combat, or you could choose whether to be like, oh, you're a mage, or you're an archer, or dual wielding or something. As far as I know, dual wielding does not exist in this game. I've gotten two machetes before, and you can't dual wield them. So let's see here. Silver. Okay, this is going to be very helpful. Now, keep in mind that whatever's in that tree trunk and whatever's in chest is RNG as fuck for some reason. Sometimes there's a bunch of good stuff in there. Sometimes there's not. I've gotten a straw hat in there before. I've gotten a weird do-rag thing before. I've gotten another machete before. Different boots. The chests, don't ever count on them to have the same thing every time. It's always going to be different. Now that we're done there, we're going to go back through the archway and head up to this broken boat up here. We're not going to go talk to the guy just yet. We're going to head to the back side of it. So we're over here at the broken boat now. We're going to walk down here to the behind, and there's going to be a weird junk pile, or I think it's a junk pile, or is it a treasure chest? I think it's a junk pile. Yeah, it's a junk pile. So, and then here, we've got a bunch of stuff in here. We're just going to grab the silver, the linen cloth, and the flint and steel. The wood is kind of whatever. Wood is all over the fucking place, so you don't necessarily need to over encumber yourself like that and go anywhere else with it, so it's fine. Now we're basically done here in the tutorial area. We're gonna head up and talk to the old dude with a hat, and then we're just gonna basically head back to town. Oh yeah, there's some bread in this basket right here. Just go ahead and pick that up if you guys want some bread. Alright, we just talked to the old guy. I'm not sure if you actually have to talk to him or if you can just sleep, but now we have to sleep in his bedroll. It doesn't matter how long you sleep, it's that you're going to get awoken anyway, so just go ahead and sleep for 1 hour and you're fine. Okay, after a weird long loading screen, basically, now you're back at home, right? So you're going to see some clothes here. Go ahead and grab up these and basically just put on some shit. That's all you need. The boots are kind of the same. For right now, we're going to hold on to this stuff and then put it in our chest down here. Actually, we're not even going to put it in the chest. We're going to grab our satchel, so go ahead and pick this up and then move just all all the junk into the satchel so that way you guys can actually fucking move, because that's like one of the biggest problems right now is just, you know, being over encumbered. So now we should be able to move freely. Now we're going to come on over here to the stash and see what's in here. So we've got some tattered boots and some linen cloth. We're going to take the linen cloth and leave these in here. Comparatively, what's this? Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much garbage, so it's fine. We'll just leave that in there for now. Now, over here, there's going to be a doorway. Walk in here, grab up everything in here. It doesn't really matter, like, if you take it or not, it's always going to be here, but I just take it because who the fuck cares? Now, we're going to head downstairs, and this is where a lot of stuff is going to be. So, there's a loaf of bread here. There's, like, an iron scrap thing here, and then there's a bedroll right there. And here, you can use the kitchen in order to, you know, craft recipes or whatnot. You don't necessarily need to do all that right now. We're going to go ahead and learn that recipe that it gave us, though, the cooking servo, whatever the fuck. And then here you're gonna see an old lantern. Go ahead and pick that up. You don't need it right now, but we're gonna use it for later. And that's pretty much everything in the house. So now we're gonna go ahead and enter the Cierzo streets. Now out here you're gonna be met with a bunch of just people wanting to talk to you. Just go ahead and go through the dialogue, and then we'll continue from there once you're done. Okay, we're done with all that dialogue. Now we're going to basically explore the town. So there's a couple, like, not even a couple, there's like a bunch of things around here. So we're not going to go off after anything insane right now. We're not going outside the walls yet. We're going to go collecting first and then make sure that you guys are ready to go, and then we'll go make our way out there. So as you guys will know, the lady up there, if you guys listen to the dialogue, she says you have a blood price of 150 silver or something like that. And basically, if you don't pay it off, you're going to lose your house, which your house is very important because it allows you to have this safe haven to sleep in versus, you know, sleeping in the wilderness or whatever. So you always have some place to go. And plus, you have your treasure chest in there and your kitchen and so on and so forth. So it's a very important place, and you don't want to lose it. So there's two ways you can get the 150 gold or silver. You can just basically sell a bunch of garbage, or you can actually get tribal favor. We're going to go with the second option because that's way easier. So from down the hill, you're going to come over here. There's going to be these like two weird pillars. I'm sure you guys will find your way. And then over here, there's this merchant. Talk to him, and then basically click I want to buy something. So you've got 30 some silver to your name. At least you should at least have 25 or more. And if you don't, sell some garbage. Like right here, you can just sell up this shit right here, and then, you know, this should give you enough. You don't want to sell everything that's like mad important. You just want to sell like useless shit like the tattered attire and the shitty boots. Everything else is kind of useful, especially the mining pick and the machete. Just hold on to those for now. Now, in here, there's going to be something called a Nomad Backpack. You're going to want to buy this because this is going to hook you up with just a major fucking bag spot, and this is going to be very helpful. So what we're going to do is equip it now, and then we are going to drop our weird fucking garbage bag here. We're going to open this up and pick up everything in here. So now you guys will notice I've got a lantern on my back, which is great because you can actually have a free hand, which helps out with combat and whatnot. So whenever you're using a machete, you can use like a shield as well, or a sword and shield, whatever it is you guys want to do. So it gives you a free hand. If you didn't buy this backpack, you would have to hold the lantern with your hand. So obviously this is the better option. And if you guys want to know how to turn on and off the lantern, it's just left on the D-pad. I'm not sure what it is on PC, but that's what it is for console. Now before we go collecting around the city, what we're going to do is come to the statue real quick, and then if you look to the left, you're going to see your lighthouse, and directly under there's going to be a bridge that leads to like some kind of cave or something. Just go ahead and head in there, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it once you're in there. Alright, now that we're in this little like cave area, it's not really a cave, it's kind of like a basement or something. To the left of us, there's going to be like a flint and steel here. Go ahead and grab that for making fire. And then over here, you're going to see a secondary bedroll. You don't necessarily need to grab it. You can if you want to, but I'm just going to leave it for now because we already have one. Grab that bread. Then we're going to go over here, and there's going to be this weird little junk pile. You can check it, and sometimes there'll be like different varieties of things in here. This time it gave me a weird helmet, which is pretty cool. I've never gotten this before, so that's kind of cool. Looks goofy as fuck, but hey, I mean, extra shit is extra shit. And then there's another cooking cranberries or berries jam, whatever the hell. We're going to go ahead and learn that real quick just to get it out of our inventory. Apparently, I already know this, so what we're going to do is actually just drop it because we don't need it. Now, over here, there's going to be an actual cave, so we're going to walk up in here. Now, this is where you can turn on your lantern, or you don't have to. It doesn't really matter. There's another mining pick. I'm going to grab it just to sell it because we don't need to. Now, when we come up over here, there's going to be a troglodyte to our right. We're going to need to deal with him right away because he's going going to, you know, fucking fuck us up if we don't. So this guy is a lot more, I don't want to say a lot more, but he's definitely somebody that you're going to need to pay a little bit more attention to, because one of the first, like, dungeons that you're going to run into is involving these guys. So this is kind of like training you how to deal with the troglodytes. They do travel sometimes in pairs, so you need to be a little careful, and they do have like wide sweeps, as you guys can see. Sometimes it'll fuck you up, sometimes it won't, doesn't really matter. Now what we're gonna do is kill him and then loot him. He's got 4 silver, that's pretty helpful. I am also gonna take his trident because it does sell for like 6 silver. Now I am bleeding, but I'm not worried about it because I can just sleep and it'll fix the issue. Now there's going to be another one over here. We're going to go ahead and kill this dude, and then we're just basically going to roll out of the way, make sure he doesn't fuck us up anymore, because we are bleeding, so we don't want him to fuck up. And this charge move right here basically is just their, like, bane of their existence. You can just walk around it and just stab them, and then you can just, you know, oh shit, we got to watch out for the wide sweep, and then, you know, stab away. And we can just go in for another stab, and then we're good. So he had some mushrooms on him, which is cool. He's got another troglodyte spear, which is cool. So instead of continuing on, we're going to get out of this cave. We are going to come back to this cave here in a second, but we want to get rid of this bleed first. Head back the way you came, and then head outside. Go up to the lighthouse, and then sleep. In case you happen to get lost in the cave, which you shouldn't really get lost because it's either head back this way or head to the outside world. Do not go to the outside world yet. We are going to take that path, but just not yet. If you guys did not get any bleed from that cave at all, then go ahead and continue outside if you want to, but I wouldn't, just because I've got some extra stuff that we're going to do before we head out. Alright, we're back in town, so what we're going to do now is head on over to the front gate, and we're going to learn a free move really quick before we head out. I learned this the hard way. If you actually head out of the city through that tunnel and then you try and come back in, the gate dude does not teach you the move that you want. Now for me, you have a few different options. You can go with, you know, a spear move, you can go with an axe move, you can go with quite a few different moves, but ultimately it's up to you. I like to go with the machete because I enjoy using the machete. You don't have to use it, you can use whatever, but just the machete is just faster overall, and I enjoy using it a lot more than the axe and hatchets and stuff like that. So just pick your choice, and if you're happy with it, you're happy with it. If you're not, you can just redo these steps again. It takes every bit of like 10 minutes. So in order for him to give us the move, we need to head on over here to grab this water skin. It's basically at this little fountain area. You go ahead and click it, and it gives you a water skin, and then you can gather water, drink water here. It doesn't really matter. You're just gonna grab water, drink water, and then you're good. Now we're going to head back to the gate. We've got our backpack, we've got our weapon, we've got our water skin. He should let us out of the gate. Again, do not walk out of the gate, just talk to him. Alright, so here he is. So we're going to talk to this guy, and I was going to offer to teach you a move. You can choose yes, or you can just click wait, I want to pick a different weapon. Me, I'm happy with the machete, so I'm going with the machete. Alright, now we're good. What we're going to do is head on over here and then click the move. So I'm going to put this on X right here. So it's the puncture. So what this does is close combat attack, which deals high damage and impact and inflicts pain. Basically, it dots them and it does like 25 damage or something like that, which is why I enjoy having the machete versus everything else. There are other ones that do great damage or similar effects or just break guards and all that other jazz. You don't got to worry too much about it. It's like I said, it's up to you. This is just what I prefer. Pick whatever you want. Before we head back in the cave, I'm going to go ahead and sleep up here really quick, make sure I get this debuff off me, and then we're going to go ahead and head back down there. You guys can go ahead and just wait down there until I cut to that part. Alright, we are back at the cave now, so what we're going to do is turn on our lantern, and we're just going to go through the whole cave. It doesn't matter. There shouldn't be any more troglodytes in here or anything like that, so we're just going to basically run through the cave. Now, you guys might be wondering, why are we doing this? There's a way outside to the, you know, wilderness or whatever it is you want to call it. So, we're basically going to go there, and then after that, we're going to talk to some dude that's down. If you guys remember, we need 150 silver in order to actually get our house back, or in order to, you know, pay off the debt, whatever the fuck. So right here, you'll see a sign that's, you know, going out to Cheronese or something like that. So pretty much we're going to go down here. And then from here, we're basically going to head outside, and then from that point, we're going to follow the beachhead. There's going to be a beach out here, and we're just going to follow it all the way until you see some dude just shipwrecked. So you'll see this beachhead, right? And then there's going to be like all these weird shells and shit. Just follow the beach straight downward. You'll see like a pile of wood, or like a kind of like a shipwreck, or like a raft that broke or something. And then there will be a dude named Aberdeen, I think is what his name is, sitting there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk to him. He's right here. Just go ahead and walk up to him. Now, in order to do this, you need a bandage, so which is why I didn't use the bandage I had in order to heal. So what you're going to need to do is basically give him a bandage, and then it'll go black screen, and then he'll be like, hey, I'm cool, we good, man. Now we got to head all the way the fuck fuck back, and we are just at it's not great because we can't just take the cave back. We have to literally walk all the way up there, so it's not going to be great. So from the cave, you're going to see this hill. Just go ahead and walk up this hill, and then from here I'm going to try and do as much cuts, or probably no cuts at all, just so that way you guys know where you're going. So we're going to follow this road, and we're going to head eastbound, and then we're going to head more north, and it's basically just to the left, so that's where we're at in that area. So let's see, I think it's just like you see these like little patches of land, so just keep following this and then just keep going left, and then eventually you will reach the gate of what the hell's that place, Cierzo or whatever. And then here, don't follow the path that way, go left still. Don't just, it's always left realistically. Now there is a chest, I think, right here, so you guys can walk on over here really quick, which is to the left, and you'll see like the beachhead down below, and you can loot whatever's in here. I mean, like I said, the chests are RNG, so it doesn't really matter. So it's a bullet and arrows, something that we don't need to overclog our inventory with, so I'm gonna leave it there for now, but at least I have a mental note of where it's at. So now we're heading back to where we were going. So now we're going to continue on the roads directly, just kind of like northwestish, and then the doorway will be to our left. It'll be like facing west. So you guys just use your compass, and you guys will be able to get there pretty easy. And we made it. Not that bad of a trip. All we got to do is just walk on over there, head inside, and then just kind of restock up, sell our stuff, and then talk to the old lady, and then she will basically give you your house back, or she'll tell you your debt is paid off, and then there you go. That is the pretty much the early stages right there in order to get over the 150 fucking garbage can thing, and that's pretty much it. Now, just to wrap things up before we go talk to the lady, there's like right in the gate, you just walk forward, you'll see this wagon. There's a hatchet here. You guys already saw where I picked up the pitchfork earlier, but you can grab that hatchet just so you can sell it, or you can use it, keep it, whatever, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna head up top, and then there's going to be a like really big axe up there, and then this is the town hall where we need to turn in the quest anyway. We're at the town hall right now, so right here you'll see this ginormous axe. Now you can either keep it or sell it. I don't really care what you do with it. I keep it because it does a lot of damage, but I don't have a special move for it, so it's kind of whatever. Now this is the lady you want to talk to, but you don't need to do that right now. You can just head on over here, and then upstairs there's going to be a chest, and sometimes in here they've got some good stuff. You know, you've got nobleman's attire, a stealth potion, and a stability potion. Oh, okay, so I've never gotten any of this stuff before, so that's pretty cool. Then now we can talk to this lady, and this is where it ends right here, boys. So just go ahead and talk to her, give her the quest and everything, and you guys are good to go. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.